Well, it absolutely had to be one of the most anticipated weddings of the century. So unless you've been locked away in a tower somewhere, you know, of course, that we're talking about the royal wedding of Prince William and Princess Catherine on Friday. People Magazine's Suzanne Zuckerman joins us live from New York this morning, and she has been following the royal engagement since the beginning and is here to fill us in on all the insider details. Good morning, Suzanne.
Hi.
Is everybody just kind of breathing now that the wedding is actually over and we're just dealing with aftermath?
I think there's a little trouble with the audio.
Is there? Can you not hear me? Can you hear me, Suzanne? Maybe Suzanne can't hear me. We see her.
No.
No hearing me? This happens, you know, satellite interviews, sometimes we can't hear. Live TV, it happens. Can you hear me? Can she hear me? Can she hear me? Okay.
Hear anything?
Are we hearing? Are we hearing? Better,
Oh,
better?
now I can hear. Yep.
Suzanne, are you there?
Yes.
Ah, yay! Victory. Sorry about that. Sorry to our viewers, of course. And Suzanne, as I was mentioning, now that the wedding is over, I think a lot of people just breathing a sigh of relief and just considering the aftermath. I mean, what would you say was the most single exciting moment from the royal wedding?
Oh, there were so many exciting moments and so many ways that William and Kate made this day their own.
Sure.
Who could forget the double kiss on the balcony of Buckingham Palace? That was unprecedented. No royal newlyweds have ever kissed twice before. In fact, only William's parents back in 1981 kissed for the first time at all.
That's right.
So that was a wonderful romantic moment. Of course, that spin in the Aston Martin convertible with the balloons that said W and C on them. So much fun, so much romance.
Love to see them creating their very own traditions and beginning a new tradition for maybe their kids in the future, which is so cool. And
Yeah.
I think a lot of people talking today about the dress. I thought it was amazing. What's the verdict from you at People?
Raves all around. Really, so many fashionistas and royal watchers that we spoke with, nobody had a bad word to say about that dress. You know, there was reporting back in February by People Magazine that Camilla Parker Bowles and Kate Middleton had lunch together at a posh London hotel, and multiple times they referenced Grace Kelly. So we did have some inkling that her sleeves would be covered, that there would be a lace overlay, and yet when she stepped out into the sunshine for the first time on Friday and we saw that very modern bustle, that very Alexander McQueen silhouette, it was breathtaking.
It absolutely was, and it was perfect for her, and it was the epitome of class. And how do you think that they balanced tradition with modern sensibility?
They were very respectful of tradition. You know, you take a look at Kate's wedding bouquet, which included a sprig of a plant that had been planted by Queen Mary back in the 19th century. These are people who studied their roles. They're very aware of their place in history. And yet they partied until the break of dawn and had a send-off with fireworks and bacon sandwiches.
Wow.
So they're very much clear on the fact that they are young, they're modern, they're fresh, they're fun, and yet they're very respectful of their place in history.
That sounds like a great balance. You said partying after the fact. So how were those parties in London after the wedding?
Just fabulous. You know, details are still emerging from guests who were there that we're covering in the issue that's on stands today, who said that William and Kate really let their hair down. They boogied to She Loves You by the Beatles, and they were front and center in the middle of all their friends. They weren't going to let that moment, you know, they weren't not going to take center stage after all of that pomp.
Love it. So where can our viewers go for more information on the details of the wedding?
You can buy our royal wedding issue on stands today, and you can, of course, always check out people.com for all of the fabulous details.
Thank you so much, Suzanne. Of course, Suzanne Zuckerman with People Magazine. We thank you so much for being with us. Sorry for the audio trouble, and I'm sure we're expecting to see much more on the royal couple regularly in People Magazine.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. And of course, it's May, and it actually is, believe it or not, a great time to be outside. May just happens to be National Bike Month, and coming up after the break, Kristen got the jump on National Bike Month with a triathlete from the '92 Olympics. Stick around and ride along.